Guys, if you think getting a job from overseas as a healthcare assistant has become really tough, you have to think again because keeping that job is also another tough one altogether. If you're a healthcare assistant currently working in the UK, if you intend to come into the UK to work as a healthcare assistant, you need to watch this video to the very end. And this video, I'll be revealing about 8 different ways that you could get fired, things that we consider as little that could put you into hot water and even get you fired from your job. Number 7 is really interesting. Ensure you watch to the very end where I'll be spilling everything you need to know just to ensure your job as a healthcare assistant in the UK is secure. Hi guys, it's been a while. My name is Jane Sampson and this is my channel, Jane's Relocation-Hub. I talk about everything that has to do with relocation to the UK, relocation abroad, living in the UK. And if you see my very face for the very first time, hi, nice to meet you. I hope I see your face. I hope you see my face again by watching more of my videos. Stay to the very end and I'll be revealing everything you want to watch in this very video. Right guys, so for those already in the healthcare sector, you realize that your primary focus, your primary goal, your primary aim of working as a care assistant is to care for your clients. So your number one reason that could get you into hot water or get you sacked is neglecting your clients, neglecting clients' care. Guys, as much as possible, while we have other things we want to do for our clients, while we have other perks added to the job as well, your primary purpose of working as a care assistant is to care for your clients. Sometimes we get carried away by other duties like washing dishes, cleaning, depends on where you're working, paperwork, of course, if you're working in the UK, there's loads and loads of paperwork to do. You need to fill in the details, you need to fill in different kind of paperwork and all that. But always remember that your first primary goal is to care for your client. And if for any reason you are found wanting, neglecting your client for whatever reason, you're putting yourself in hot water, because to go back to this is what you're meant to be doing. Why was the client neglected? Why was there a mistake? So you need to put this at the back of your mind that whatever you do, caring for your client is the number one focus. And this is how you avoid getting into trouble. I mean, anything as little as, not caring for your client, not giving them a wash when they're meant to have a wash, not changing their, continents when they're meant to change them, not feeding them when they're meant to be fed, not giving them their medication when you're meant to give it. Everything needs to be in order and everything needs to be orderly. So whatever you do, have it at the back of your mind that care of your patient is your number one assignment in whatever you do. Wherever you're working, in the hospital, in a care home, as a domiciliary carer, your patient, your client, your service user is number one. The second point that could lead to you losing your job or you get into very big trouble is abuse and maltreatment. I mean, abuse comes in different forms. We have physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial abuse, sexual abuse, bullying. Guys, these are different kind of abuse that could happen, and sometimes it could be very subtle. But whatever you think might be subtle can be, it can just blow up into something very big. Talking about physical abuse, it could involve you, of course, where you're not expected to hit or harm in any form or way of your client. Whatever happens, it needs to be reported. That whatever, however angered you might be or however aggravated you might have been, you're not expected to hit, to punch, to slap, to pinch your client in whatever form. Whatever happened, of course, you need to report it. Guys, we have also had cases of, emotional abuse, of people emotionally abusing their client. There's also been cases of sexual abuse as well. And sexual abuse, you could think, oh, I'm not going to sexually abuse my patient or my service user. But I've had cases of people, dating their service user or dating patients. That is a form of sexual abuse. So you need to be we all need to be very careful. There's also cases of financial abuse. There have been cases of, of carers that have gone into maybe their client's home and they see money on the table, or they see money in their client's pocket or in their client purses, and they take these monies. Guys, you don't some of you don't realize that you're being watched. I say this in my video all over and over. There are CCTV cameras, mounted in your patients, in your services, or your client's home. Their family are not stupid. You're a total stranger. So letting into their home is you, placing a form of trust on you. So you come into the home and not abusing it by taking things that don't belong to you. It can even be as much as going to the fridge of your client and taking their food. Yes, that is financial and material abuse. So why you think, oh, it's not just food, it's a lot. I have seen someone get fired because they ate in their client's home, or even using your client's resources. So maybe washing in their house, or cooking your own food in their house, unless you're allowed to do that. That could get you fired. You might be surprised. It might look so subtle. It might look so little, but I'm telling you for a fact, these things are considered as abuse, that you're abusing these people because they are vulnerable. You're just misusing the trust that have been placed on you. So we need to be very, very careful. Third point is discrimination. Now, this one is, while sometimes because of our skin color or because of where we are coming from, sometimes we feel we are the one who are being discriminated against. Sometimes we just feel most times we feel we are on the receiving end of being discriminated against. But guys, sometimes without us even knowing, we discriminate against people, and this could be in form of their race, this could be in form of their gender, and also this could be in form of their sexuality. That's a very, very touchy one for us, especially the first coming from Africa. We've been raised in a certain way, to have a certain belief system, to see things in a certain way. Now, coming here where it's otherwise, where you have people that believe in different things. Some of your colleagues could be transgender, some of your clients could be, gay, they could believe in whatever they believe in. Guys, remember, it is their choice. Whatever they choose is their personal choice. You discriminating against them directly or indirectly is not taken lightly. I can tell you for a fact, I've seen it happen over and over. So whatever your beliefs, whatever your thoughts are, just keep it to yourself. Mind your business. Your belief is your belief. Theirs is theirs. In this country, everybody's opinion, everybody's belief, everybody's, whatever you are is respected. Just the way you want to be respected as a straight person, they also want to be respected as whatever they are. Violation of policies. Now, every company have their policies, every company have their guidelines. So most companies give you like a handbook, or like, a leaflet that contains their policies that they want you to abide with. Now, in your interest, I would really, if you haven't gone through your company policy, go back to it. Because when something happens, I'm telling you for a fact, they will go back to that policy and quote what is in there for you. So your best interest, just go through. If there's something you don't understand, or something you don't agree with, or something you think, is absurd, in your best interest, go to your employer and say, look, what does this mean? Can you explain in details, what this means? I do that as well. If I'm not clear about something, I will explain. We have a phone and camera policy in my place of work. I had to go and say, look, what are we allowed to do here that we need to I need to know. And of course, it was explained to me in detail. So whatever that is in the content of your policy, you need to understand it, because if they're not there, there's no I did not know. I did not know, because they will bring it and show you in black and white. So look, it was in black and white, and it was given to you. A copy was handed to you. So if you haven't gone through your policy, your company policy, you need to go back and look at your company policy. What is binding to you as a care assistant or as an employee of that particular company. And at the end of the day, I did not know is not an excuse. My point number 5, guys, is insubordination. Somebody will say, what's the big deal about insubordination? But a lot of us coming from Africa, coming from our home countries, some of us were CEOs, guys, now. Some of us had our own company, some of us had our own brand, some of us were top executives wherever we're working. But a good number of us left these positions and we had to come into England and start life afresh. It's tough when you have to, answer to people you're older than, people you know certain things more than. In my place of work, I'm older than my manager, far older than she is. But the truth is, a lot of my superiors, I'm older than a lot of them. But that will not concern Oyibo. It's none of their business. Your age or whoever you think you are is none of their business. You're here to do the job, and if you're here working as a care assistant, just bring your shoulder pad. bring it down and face the job. Look, you're down there doesn't mean you're not going to get there up, or you're not going to get there someday. So in as much as we are whoever we are from wherever we are coming from, you need to leave that at the airports. Just leave that at Heathrow, or leave that at Manchester Airport. Just leave that there. And when you come here, just bring yourself down. You know how we do in our country where things happen, you're like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Nobody wants to know who you are in this country. Nobody cares who you are. Nobody cares who you were. They don't care. It is who you are right now that matters. Some of us are managing our own businesses back home, but you're here to start life afresh. Your best option is to come down low and just leave your ego to the side and walk your way back to the top. This is another one I find very, very interesting, guys. Work politics. Whether you like it or not, there's grapevine in every workplace. You can't take that away. There's always one juice that is dripping about someone, about something, about whatever, about the boss, about the manager, about the colleagues. Guys, you need to be very, very careful. I'm speaking to myself as well. We all need to be very, very careful, because before you know it, you're roped into something you don't even know where it started from. You're roped into something that people are having their personal stuff, and because you just want to be part of a particular clique, as much as possible, avoid having the office clique. Okay, as much as possible. Also for us that have come from Africa, sometimes because of our color of our skin, we tend to want to meet together. Fantastic, but you need to apply wisdom as much as possible. Avoid office gist. Avoid Jewish that is juicy. Yes, sometimes you just want to know what is happening. Keep updated. There's nothing wrong with that. But meddling in it will get you into something you don't even understand. And by the time the whole thing boomerang, you can't explain what is happening. I have seen it happen where people meddle into things that none of their business. At the end of the day, they're into hot water. This person said. I've seen a case of someone giving someone an information like, oh, this is what is happening, and the person was giving the other person gist, and the other person was just typing on his computer, like, oh, really? And everything the person was saying, the person was typing it and reporting it while he was saying it. This is a true life story. So you'll be surprised. You know how it is, guys, working in this country, things being said. You cannot run away from office politics. You can't run away from office gist. You can't run away from work gist. But as much as possible, know where to draw the line. Know where to smile. This is what is happening, and you walk away. Know when to. It's not everything you say. You must not have an opinion about something. You must not have an opinion about everything. People will come to you with gist. Remember, like I always say, now we know waiting they pursue us. What is pursuing others might not be what is pursuing you. So know where to draw the line. Know where to say enough and end the gist there. So at this point, if you have not subscribed to this channel with all this juice I'm giving you, what are you waiting for? Guys, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you're living in the UK, if you intend to come and live in the UK, this channel is where you want to be. I give juice from time to time. I keep it real. I tell things the way it should be. I give updates about relocation to the UK or relocation abroad. So just go ahead, hit the subscribe button, share this video. If you have someone that is living in the UK that you feel there's something you really got from this video, please go ahead and share it in your WhatsApp groups, share it in your Telegram, and let's learn from each other. That brings me to my number 7 point, and that point is religious beliefs. Guys, whether you like it or not, this country is a Christian country, yes. We have diverse cultures, we have diverse religion. So you don't want to force your religion, especially us Africans who are Christians or Muslims. You don't want to force your religious ideas on other people. Not even force. You don't want to overly state it. Unfortunately, that is the situation we find ourselves. So while you might be a Christian and you want your Christianity to be respected, you want to be respected as a Christian, you have to respect other people's religion. Someone choose not to be. I've had my colleagues say to me, oh, I don't believe in God. And I just smile and walk away. Of course, it's their choice. Just the way I have a belief, they also have their belief, and you have to respect it. So going ahead to go and share what God cannot do does not exist to your colleagues, you might be getting into hot water. Or to your client. Your client says to you, oh, of course they have a health challenge, and you're sharing what God cannot do to them. You are going to a place that you will not come back from. Guys, let us know where to draw the line. You have no reason sharing, or except you've been asked to, and except the person asks you. And even when they ask you, most times with patients, I am very, very careful. I try as much as possible, because when it happens, you can be misquoted, a lot of things can be said against you, and you cannot defend yourself. You have no reason, displaying, your religious belief, or overplaying your religious belief on your patient, on your colleagues, or whoever, that you work with. This is very, very important. So as much as possible, we have our religious belief, we want to evangelize, we want to take Jesus to all the ends of the earth. There are better ways to do it. I'm a Christian by the grace of God. There are better ways to do it. There are better opportunities where you can take Jesus to the ends of the earth. But going to work with this religious belief, especially the way we do it in Africa, don't try it here. Don't do it, guys. Don't, especially at work. Do not do it. Keep your religious beliefs to yourself. Whatever people believe in, if they're atheists, they are Muslims, they are serving wood, that is their belief. Leave it for them. Face your own. It will please you to know, guys, that being incompetent at your job or being negligent of your duty could get you fired. It could land you in hot water. And remember, these points, they could also affect your reference from your employer, because most new employers, where next you're going to, they want to get a reference from your previous employer. So if you're fired for any of this reason, most employers, previous employers, they will state it there. So it's not a point of, if they fire me, I'll go somewhere else, or I'll get another COS. It's not that easy, because your previous employer will state why you were fired, or why you were sacked, or why you left. Most employers will state it. So it is something we need to be very, very mindful of. Being incompetent. Now, there are so many ways you can be incompetent. Not taking your training seriously. Before you came onto the job, you took your care. There was a reason you took your care training. There was a reason you took different and diverse training. It is one thing to take this training. It's another thing also to apply this training. Guys, especially as agency workers, those that do agency job, or you're sent to a different care home, or you're sent to different clients, if you don't know how to do a particular procedure, if you don't know how to use a particular facility, if you don't know how to use a particular machine or whatever, do not use it, guys. If you do and something goes wrong, you will not just be sacked, your DBS will be affected, you might be banned from working in care. Guys, it is as serious as that. Just state it clearly. Sorry, I don't know how to do this procedure. Sorry, I don't know how to go about this. Just say it there and let them know. Tense is not an excuse. All right, guys. Now, the Oga Pata Pata that we're rounding up now is confidentiality, guys. It is important that as a care assistant, one of the trust that is laid upon you is for you to keep your client or your patient information confidential. So you don't go about, saying things, saying things about your patient or your care or your clients to, people, even if it's their close relation, unless they have the power of attorney, or unless they have, unless they're the ones that have the authority to take this information. So wherever you're working, you have the duty of care to keep their information confidential. Some of them have health challenges that they're battling with that they don't want others to know, even if it's their close family members. You need to know how you share information. So their close family members want a particular information from you. What I would do, I would direct them to my superiors. You might just give an information, and that will land people into hot water. Also, you don't want to go into your client's home doing your personal things. Like, I've seen videos of people going to their client's home, making videos, in their client's home, or taking pictures in their client's home. You're taking yourself to where you don't know. Do not do that. You need to keep both your client information, your client data, your client contact. All these things needs to be really, really confidential. Guys, I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you how not to get sacked, how not to get into hot water, guys. Once again, if you enjoy this video, go ahead and drop your comment. If you know any other reason why we can protect ourselves as healthcare assistants, drop it in the comments. We're all here to learn. We're all here to share. Once again, my name is Jane Sampson, and this is my community, Jane's Hub. I hope you're happy to see my face once again. Thank you. I love your comment. Drop your comment. Drop me an email, and let's share and share and share. Guys, I'll see you in my next one. Take good care. Trada.